Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. I'm super happy to have all of you here again, all together to learn a little bit more of English. So please feel welcomed, feel prepared, so we can begin with this beautiful class that we have for today. Okay? All right. So we are going to start this class with some important information that I would like you to know. Make sure to pay close attention, to be in a space where you are all focused in your English class. Okay, as you notice, today we have no chat available because we're going to be working in a different way. We are going to be using a Google form. All right, so let's start by answering this question. How are you doing today? And you're going to say, I'm doing, and that's it, right? So you have to send your answer in the form. This is the form that is in the description of this video. So please choose a comment and then write your answer. So, how are you doing today? Please write your answer here and click submit. All right, this is what we are going to be using today. Hola a todos, bienvenidos. Me siento muy contenta de que estén acá, pues ya acompañándome en la clase número 2, class number 2, right? Tenemos para hoy una clase muy linda para comenzar, right? Ya con estructuras y nuevos temas. Pero antes vamos a responder esta pregunta, ¿ok? So, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Vamos a estar trabajando sin chat esta vez. Vamos a estar trabajando con Google Forms, all right? Entonces, en este Google Form que está en la descripción, that is in the description, that is called participation link, please open it and send your answer. All right? Send your answer. Very good. I am doing my lunch. Okay. All right. I'm really great. What about you? Thank you for asking. I'm okay. Really, really good. Thank you. I am working. I am fine. Thank you. Very well, but I'm tired. Yeah, I'm tired too. I'm doing great. I'm fine today. How are you today? Well, I'm good. I'm good as well. Thank you. Really excited about today's class. Hi, I'm fine. Thanks. I'm doing very well. I'm doing fine. Thanks. Well, I'm doing homework. Okay, I'm doing my English class. That's awesome. I'm doing so fast for my second class. Great job. I'm doing homework. Hello. I'm okay. Thank you. And yourself? I'm pretty well as well. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Fine. I'm doing fine. I'm eating. I'm doing great. I'm doing pretty good. I'm great. I'm doing fine. I'm studying. I'm doing my lunch. Okay. All right. Well, just remember, right? I'm doing my lunch. That would be like, you could say, I'm in the middle of my lunch. I'm in the middle of my lunch, maybe, right? I'm kind of sleepy today, but I'm okay and hope you're okay. Thank you. I am okay. Thank you. I'm drinking water. That's great. I'm doing well. I'm doing nothing for the moment. What do you mean with nothing? You're doing English class right now. English class, right? Okay, I'm doing great. I'm making lunch. I'm having lunch. I'm having lunch. That could be better, right? I'm having lunch or I'm in the middle of my lunchtime. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you, right? Thanks you no. That's not correct. I'm doing receive. I'm receiving. I'm receiving an an extraordinary English class. Thank you. Thank you. You're extraordinary. I'm really happy to have all of you here. I'm cooking. I'm cooked. What do you mean you're cooked? No, that doesn't make any sense. No, I'm cooking. That could be, right? I'm cooking. Or I'm hot. That could be I'm hot, right? But not I'm cooked. No. Fantastic. I'm doing great. I'm driving. Be careful then. I'm doing studying. No, I'm studying, right? I'm studying. I'm doing homework. I'm doing fine. I'm in my English class. I'm doing my food. I'm doing my lunch. I'm very busy, but fine. Very good. I'm doing lettering and practicing English. That's awesome. I'm doing lunch. I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. I'm ready for class. I'm very well. I'm making food. I'm studying. Okay, excellent. Great job. Hi, good afternoon. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No trouble. I'm cleaning my house. I would like the chat to be active. No, I'm sorry. I decided to not have it active because last class was like a little bit of interruption. I'm sorry. But thank you for participating. Thank you for participating. Okay, excellent. All right. So that was the first activity. Thank you so much for joining the class today. I'm super happy to have all of you here. And we are going to start with some new topics. For some of you, maybe they are going to be new. For some of you, maybe they are just going to be like a reminder. Excellent. The point is that if you have questions, you can ask them, right? So great, and welcome to the class again. So we're going to get into study mode, right? Get your neurons, your brain working, study mode, okay? So that you can take notes. Remember, you need a notebook, you need your water, you need to be focused on the class, no distractions. Although by reading your messages, I think you're a little bit distracted, right? Creo que sí hay muchas distracciones, pero lo más concentrados que puedan estar para la lección, that would be the great decision that you can make. Okay? So we are going to start. But before questions in classroom. I've been trying to answer as many questions as possible during the week, but it has been a little bit complicated. So I decided to change, all right? Decidí cambiar un poco cómo voy a contestar las preguntas en Classroom porque empecé con unas, right? Pero ya no puedo completar porque sí son bastantes. Entonces, vamos a hacer lo siguiente. Domingo, lunes y martes vamos a tener abierto para que lancen sus preguntas en Classroom referente a los temas que tratemos hoy. Y los miércoles yo voy a estar subiendo un video de respuesta. Right? Entonces en ese video voy a tocar los temas que se hayan puesto en las diferentes preguntas que ustedes comenten en Classroom. ¿Ok? Así es como lo vamos a estar manejando, porque sí está muy complicado responder todas las preguntas, right? Bueno, recuérdense que sí somos bastantes, right? Entonces, that's a little bit complicated, pero el punto es que todos tengamos pues la información más clara, entonces lo vamos a estar trabajando de esta manera. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. Thank you so much for your understanding and for your participation. All right? Okay, so today we are going to start with the past, right? The past, remember this is called English 2, Masters of the Past, right? So today we're going to start with the most basic part of the past tense, right? The most basic part of the past tense. So what is the topic? Past. The past tense, but we are going to be focusing on past for ability and past for descriptions, meaning verb to be in the past and also could for ability. Okay? That is basically what we are going to have. Veo unas preguntas en el formulario sobre el examen. Ya vamos a hablar de eso al final de clase, okay? All right, very good. So we are going to start with verb to be in the past, right? This is really simple. I think you all know it by now, right? Pero si todavía no lo saben, lo vamos a repasar. Si ya lo saben, pues that's great, right? Okay, so verb to be in past, verb to be in past. So the first thing that we need to know, right, is that the verb to be has a noun or a pronoun, right? A sentence, an affirmative sentence needs a noun or pronoun, then the verb be, and then the complement, right? That would be in present. So she is happy. That's it, right? That's the verb to be in present. Now we're going to use it in past. So when we are using it in past, we need to have in mind that the constructions that we're going to be using are was or were, right? Was is the past for am and is, and were is the past for are, right? So if in present I say I am happy, then in past I'm going to say I was happy, right? So basically, that is how we form a sentence in verb to be in the past, only having into consideration what the forms are, right? That's what we need to have in mind. I was a doctor, right? Or you were married. At the end, that's basically what we need. And the complement in this case is going to be either an adjective or an article plus a noun, right? Depending on the construction. So that is verb be in the past in affirmative, right? So remember, was is the past for is and am, and were is the past for are. Okay, so let's check some examples. I was happy. I was a monster. I was sick. He was a good doctor. She was married. It was cold. We were friends. They were teachers, right? So those are examples. Examples for affirmative sentences in the past using verb to be, okay? So this is verb to be in the past. Let's say, what do we say hello? What's up? Okay, that's a question. Yeah, well, you can say it in whichever context, right? You can say what's up. I want to, like whenever you want to. That would be okay. Uh-huh. The clave in the attendance, remember, is the same as your sección, right? So if your sección is group 1, your clave is going to be group 1, okay? Yes, you can do the attendance, okay? You can do the attendance. Okay, very good, excellent. So that is the past of verb to be, right? Verb to be in past, affirmative. I think you know that. It's clear, correct? If somebody has a question, please send it in the form, okay? Remember, if you have a question, check question, next, and then ask your question regarding verb to be in past, okay? All right, so that was it, right? Affirmative. Oh, I was missing one example. You were tall. You were tall. Okay, very good. Now, in affirmative, that was the construction. Now, in negative, right? In negative, we are going to use the same formula or the same pattern with the difference that we are going to be using was not or were not, right? Which in the contractions are going to be wasn't or weren't. All right. So you weren't happy. She wasn't my friend, right? So the negative would simply, let's say, adopt not, right? That would be a negative. Was not, were not, wasn't, weren't. That's it, right? Okay, so I was not happy. I wasn't a monster. I wasn't sick. He wasn't a good doctor. She was not married. It was not cold. You weren't friends. They were not teachers. You were not tall. Okay, so that's the negative. That's the negative construction for verb to be in the past, right? Really, really simple. The only thing that you're going to need is basically not after the verb be, and of course the complement that would need to be an adjective or a noun phrase. All right? Okay, remember, if you have questions, send them in the form, okay? Verb to be in the past. Now we have the questions, right? So the questions are really simple, really simple. The only difference is that we are going to change, right? So we are not going to say, I was happy, but we are going to change was and I. So was I happy, right? That is going to be the question. Was I happy? Were you together, right? And then we ask the question, right? So was I happy? Was I a monster? Was I sick? Was he a good doctor? Was she married? Was it cold? Were we friends? Were they teachers? Were you tall? And then we answer, right? Yes, then the pronoun, right? Based on the question. So, were you happy? Yes, I was. Was your mom sick? No, she wasn't, right? Of course, the answer is going to have the pronoun into consideration. Yes or no? Remember, these are only yes or no questions. That's it. All right. For more information, we're going to check the WH, but later, not today. Today, we're just talking about this part. Okay? All right. So I'm going to start reading some of your questions so that if you have something to say, we can discuss it now. All right. Okay, let's see. Ajá, yes. La clase se queda grabada, right? Para que puedan verla otra vez o las veces que quieran después. All right. Ajá. I was busy. Uh-huh. Yes. I was busy. Right? Remember, busy is only one S. I was sad. Uh-huh. Very good. The verb is ed. No. In the verb be, we don't use verbs. Right? In simple past, yes. Right? In simple past, we will use ed verbs, right? Ed endings, which are the regular verbs. But in this case, because it's only verb to be, right? We only use was or were. Uh-huh. Okay, if you're not in a WhatsApp group, you can check in the class to see if there were comments about it. The topic for today, verb to be in past and good for ability. I am watching TV. I don't have, yeah. If you don't have a notebook or anything to write your notes, use your computer. We can use ain't here. Okay, I'm going to explain ain't. Ain't es una palabra que se utiliza para todos los negativos, right? Pero es una palabra informal. Yo sí puedo usar ain't, right? O sea, sí va a tener sentido y sí se va a entender si yo digo not in the questions, right? Not in the questions. Here, right? He ain't a good doctor or she ain't married. O sea, sí se va a entender y lo puedo hacer, pero eso es para un contexto informal. Right? O sea, si yo estoy pidiendo a pedir un trabajo o estoy hablando con alguien that is somebody who is like important, right? I'm not going to use that, right? No porque no esté correcto, porque no me voy a entender, sino porque no es formal, right? No, no es formal. Eso lo puedo decir con mi grupo de amigos. Ahí estamos molestando, right? That could be. But if not, right? If not, I need to use wasn't or weren't. Okay? That's with ain't. Ain't, right? Para todos los que sepan que sea. Y si no sabes qué es, puedes buscarlo, right? Ain't, that is A-I-N-T, right? O si no, no importa. It doesn't do a difference, okay? Right. Ajá, let's see, verb to be. Se puede usar para la mayoría. No entiendo tu pregunta. La mayoría de pronombres, o sea, sí, tienen formas para cada pronombre, right? I was, she was, he was, it was, they were, you were, we were, right? Ajá. Thank you. Ok, si hay grupo de WhatsApp, recuérdense que publiqué en Classroom un espacio, right, para que pudieran comentar si no estaban dentro del grupo o si necesitaban el chat. Entonces pueden hacerlo dentro de Classroom con su misma sección. Ok, all right. I have a cell phone. I understand. Well, miren, yo sé que es difícil para algunos ir al formulario y contestar, right? Pero podríamos regresar al chat la próxima semana porque todos estuviéramos comprometidos a preguntar, right? Porque la semana pasada hubo muchísimos comentarios de cosas que nada que ver o algunas que tal vez sí tenían relación, right? That they were related, pero al final me impedían ver las preguntas. Right? Entonces, podríamos intentar la próxima clase, pero si pasara lo mismo, right, tendríamos que dejarlo así, mejor, porque así yo puedo ver sus preguntas, si no, se me pierde. Y that would be a problem. Ok, let's see. Key. Las claves son las mismas que la sección. That's your key. All right? Okay, attendance. He, she, it was. Correct? All right. Are you married? Were you married, right? In the past. In the past, were you married? Okay. Was and where? What is the difference? What is the difference? No hay difference, right? Was and where no tienen diferencia. La única diferencia está en con qué pronombres se utilizan, pero los dos significan lo mismo, right? Is the past tense for verb be. So was and where. They are the same. The only difference is that was is going to apply with I, he, she, it. And where? They, you, we. Right? That's it. Was I a student? Was I a student? Yes. Was I a doctor? Was I a doctor? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't, right? Es importante que veamos estas preguntas. Sí, sí existen, right? O sea, yo me puedo preguntar a mí mismo. Was I happy? Right? O sea, de que me lo puedo preguntar, pero tenemos que entender la lógica, right? We have to understand the logical part. Like, was I happy? That's asking to yourself and you're going to answer to yourself. Right? So son preguntas para mí mismo. Ahora, si yo le estoy preguntando a alguien más, entonces yo digo, were you? Or was your mom? Or was your dad? Or, right? So that's important. Was or were? You were. I was sick, I was hungry. Yes. Was or were? Weren't sick. No weren't sick, no. No. Remember, estamos, right? O sea, hay que ver la estructura. We need to check the structure, right? So we are going to need a noun and a pronoun. So para que eso sea una oración, una pregunta that is logically applied, right? It needs a noun or a pronoun. So I wasn't sick. You weren't sick. Was he hungry? Very good, very good. Okay. All right, thank you. Was I have a dog? No. No. Was and were no van a combinar con verbos, right? En forma base, right? O sea, con un verbo normal. Solo van a combinar con ing, gerunds, pero eso lo vamos a ver hasta la próxima semana. ¿Ok? Relax. Right? Okay, Yeah, exactly. Right? ing. ing will be next week, so don't worry. Okay, pronunciation of were. Were. Not where, but were. Were. That's the pronunciation. Were. Okay? I was crying. Okay. I was crying, pero no es verb to be, right? Eso no sería una verb to be sentence. Sería present continuous. No, past continuous, sorry. Was, right? Were you very sick? Very good. Very good. Okay. Tema visto, past, right? Verb to be in past, and also could for ability. Okay. Let's see. Auxiliary do. Okay. Right. Bueno, recuérdense que do, right? This is the present. Right? That's for present. Y para esta clase ya tenían que saber present. Right? Pero solo para un recordatorio, do is going to be the auxiliary for the present simple. Do you like music? Right? Ese sería do. Ok, pero no nos vamos a extender más porque para esta clase you needed to know present. Okay. Let's see. Okay, no problem. All right. It's okay. Si tienen una pregunta muy puntual que no se ha respondido, vayan al form. Right? Si no, no hay pena. Right? No importa. Si quieren quedar mejor aquí en el video. It's okay. All right. Okay. If we use did, I did my homework. I did my homework, right? Eso sí está en pasado, pero no es verb be, right? Es simple past. También lo vamos a ver la próxima semana. But very good. That's correct. That's correct. Was and where? Informal communication? No. Was and where are formal. right? Informal sería ain't. Pero wasn't where they are going to be for, right? Okay, very good. Let's see. I was hungry, I wasn't happy, was I sad? Exactly. Was, were, right? Was and were. Remember, verb to be is description, right? I was tired. Was and were no utilizan ni regular nor irregular verbs, right? They are going to get only description, right? Which means adjectives or nouns. Adjectives or nouns. Okay. Was I slept? Okay. I was in the river. Was you sick? No. Were you? Were you sick? Were you sick? Can you speak always in English? Yeah, I'm trying. Was I crazy? I was not sad. Very good. Exactly. All right. Yes. We are going to check some exercises this week. Don't worry. Okay. Was I happy? Were you living in the US? Okay, that's past continuous, but it's okay. It's okay. It wasn't about science. He was happy. Was I sick? I wish you were here. Okay, that's a different type, but yeah. Where were you? No. Okay. Bueno, no nos vamos a meter en tema específico de las WH words porque son de otra semana, pero la estructura siempre es igual. O sea, una pregunta, it's always going to have the verb, right? The auxiliary verb first, was or were, then the noun or the pronoun, and then the complement. So, where were you, for example, right? Where were you? No, where you were. No, where were you? That would be the question, right? Pero ya vamos a hacer más ejemplos de eso cuando hablemos de ese tema en específico. Right? By now, I think I was eating a cake. She was bored. She was bored, right? Informally. Is written. How the word used informally is written. Ain't. Okay? Right? Ain't. Were you sad? Very good. Exactly. Bueno, entonces, remember, right? No estamos combinando ahorita verbos. No estamos haciendo eso. Right? O sea, ya sé que algunos ya lo saben. That's awesome. That's great. Amazing. But we're not doing that, right? We're not doing that. We're just describing. We're just describing because this is verb to be, right? So I was, you were. What? Happy, sick, a mother, married, tall, hungry, right? No verbs, no actions. Okay? Very good. All right. So that was verb to be in the past. Okay? We're going to stop there with verb to be in the past. If you have any other question, please send it now. Okay? And also, I would like you to send an example. Please send an example in a comment. Okay? In a comment, not a question. Okay, so I want you to send an example in affirmative, an example in negative, an example in question, and the answer, right? So for example, I was hungry. I wasn't hungry. Was I hungry? No, I wasn't, right? Okay, so send your examples in the comment part, okay? Where, you were. You were. You was is incorrect. Wasn't were are descriptions. So we're going to use them with adjectives, right? With adjectives or nouns. Was my dog happy? Great sentence. Were we in class last Saturday? Correct. Okay, remember, where, were. Where were. Where este que es largo, right? The one that is long, esa es la pregunta. Where right? Where. Para este que es más corto, right? Were, you were, we were, right? That's the auxiliary. Very good. I was hungry. Correct. Verb to be in past. It's okay. Okay. Were you in your house? Were you happy? I was a rock star. I was excited. Very good. Excellent. No se mira lo que escribe porque no estoy escribiendo. Yo no estoy escribiendo nada, right? Solo la presentación. Okay. What will be the exercise? Well, right now, just 3 examples. In classroom, you're going to have some links to do different activities, okay? I was thirsty. Were you a doctor? Were not you? No, right? We don't use, I mean, we could, but that would be a different topic, right? Like to say, weren't you a doctor, right? I mean, it's okay, but it's like a little bit more advanced. I was crying. No. I was, and then a noun or an adjective. Okay? All right. What app do I use to create my presentations? PowerPoint. Really? Okay, I'm fine. Okay. I was happy. I wasn't happy. Was I happy? Yes, I was. Was he ready? Perfect. Was my cat angry? You was fat. No, you were. You were. Was my baby hungry? She was busy. She wasn't busy. Was she busy? No, she wasn't. Very good. Ain't. Exactly. O sea, ain't es cualquier negación. Right? O sea, si fuera doesn't, didn't, wasn't, won't. O sea, todas las negaciones son ain't. Right? Para eso se utiliza, pero es informal. Right? Were you married? Yes, you were. I was happy. I am happy. I was happy. I will be happy. That's correct, but that's present, past, and future, right? So we're only focusing in past. You were playing soccer. No. You were playing soccer. Sería, pero ahorita no estamos combinando con verbos. No. So I was a good person. Was my father angry? Was it hot? No, it wasn't. I was born in 1984. I was in my house. You weren't sad. Was a teacher? No. Was she a teacher? No need for repetition. Was she a teacher? That's it. I was sad. I wasn't sad. Was I sad? I was cold. I wasn't cold. She was alone. I was tired. Was I sad? I was happy. Were we smart? Very good. No, this is not past continuous. This is verb to be in past. I was a mother. Was I a mother? I was not sad. I was learned. No verbs, right? No verbs. Only adjectives and nouns. That's it. I was a child. Was I a child? You were busy. You weren't busy. I was sad. I wasn't sad. I wasn't hungry. You were happy. You were happy. Was I angry? Were you reading me? Okay, but reading, no, because that's a verb. It's not a description, right? Of like an adjective or a noun. They were at camp. Okay. All right. Si se confundieron de inglés, el inglés 1 es a las 11:30. Pueden conectar ahí, aquí también en el canal de YouTube. Ok. No sé si me leen. Yes, I read you. Tal vez no en voz alta todos, pero yes, I'm reading, okay? I was hungry. You were sick. I was a nurse. She was a nurse. We were students. It was very mistake. No. It was very wrong. That could be. Or it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Okay. They went to the field. No. They went to the field. No, because, I mean, it's correct. Está correcta la oración, right? Pero no está en el tiempo que estamos hablando ahorita. Right? Were we? Yes, that's correct. Were you a good chef? Right? Were you a good chef? They were doctors. The play was blue. Okay. All right. Excellent. So great examples. Great job. Now we are going to move to this part that was could for ability. Okay. Could for ability. Entonces ya terminamos ahí. Past, right? Verb to be, past. Were you love me? No, right? No. Was and were no combinan con verbos. Ahorita no están combinando con verbos. Y si combinaran, right? Y si combinaran, sería solo con ing. Right? Was I a good student? Were you a teacher? Correct. Right? Was married or single? Exactly. Very good. Excellent. Okay, could for ability. Bueno, entonces ya pasamos a ese tema. Was, were, in the past. Excellent. That's awesome. Great. Great job. Okay, now we're going to go to could. Could for ability. Could is the past for can. Right? So I can play. I can swim. I can't go. I can't ride a bike. Right? So could is the past for can. Right? Okay, antes de que empecemos, do you have any questions? Antes de que empecemos con could for ability. ¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta de can? Si todos saben usar can, right? Porque eso es presente. I was tired, I wasn't tired, was I tired? Okay. Very good, very good, All right. Okay. All right, bueno, lo que mandan sus preguntas de can. Ok. Recuerden, las clases siempre están grabadas, right? En el mismo link de YouTube. So, si no se pudieron conectar, la pueden ver ahí. No problem. All right. Could is kind of yo pude, exactly, or podía. Yo podía or yo pude, right? Or ella podía. Was where you were very serious. I couldn't do more for her. Exactly. Could is the past of can and can't. Well, couldn't is for can't, right? But yeah, exactly. Could is the past for can. Yes, I can. Okay, could you pass? Could past of can. Exactly. Could you listen? Very good. Can't is present. Can and can't, present. Could and couldn't, past, right? More Spanish. I'll think about it. Okay. Can, exactly. Can and can't. Yes, I can't. Yes, I can. Use can. Okay. Can I make you a question? All right, very good. Exactly. I can't speak in English. I don't have any question. I can learn English. All right, very good, very good. Teacher has the chat enabled. Being enabled? No, chat isn't enabled. Can you speak English? Cannot or could not? Exactly. Could not is in the past. You could make a cake. I don't know. No, es que nadie está comentando en YouTube, right? Todos están comentando en el forum. Could you swim? Remember, solo existe el signo de interrogación de cerrar, right? The one that is at the end, not the one that is at the beginning. All right. Let's see. I couldn't ride a motorcycle. I can speak English. I can't in the house. No. Remember, can or could are always going to be with a verb. Right? They're always going to be combined with a verb. Can you ask me a question? Could I eat? Could I eat? Cannot. Can't not is the same as can't. I could do more for him. I couldn't, can't work yesterday. No, I couldn't work yesterday. I can't. No, right? Can you see me? I couldn't see the class. Yes, it's going to be available. Could you speak English? Could you be a doctor? Okay. All right, exactly. Bueno, ya empezaron a hacer ejemplos. Excellent. No explicado. But very good. Thank you. Okay. Bueno, entonces sí sabemos, ¿no? Could is the past for can, right? So can nos va a decir, right, que tenemos la habilidad de hacer algo. So I can speak English. I can watch TV. I can read books, right? That's an ability that I have. So I will be in present. Now in past, I'm going to say could, right? So I could in the past. I could read books. I could listen to music. I could paint a picture. I could, right? Pero si yo dijera I could y solo la información, right? Eso lo hace un poquito incompleto in the terms of could. Right? Entonces, normalmente yo necesito combinarlo con alguna expresión de tiempo, right? I need to combine it with a time expression. So today we're going to learn when, okay? So, noun plus pronoun, she, then could, right? Then the verb, she could swim, she could play, she could, right? Whatever. If it needs a complement, it's going to be a verb phrase, right? So she could play the piano, right? Play the piano, en sí todo eso va a ser el verb, right? Con el complemento que sería una verb phrase. Entonces, play the piano or eat pizza, right? So she could play the piano when she was, and then you give like a year, right? Like a year or a time frame. That's what we are going to apply, right? Entonces vamos a combinar los dos para hacer las oraciones ahora, right? So I could play the piano when I was 11. I could swim really fast when I was 13. I could speak Spanish really slowly when I was 3, right? So that would be the affirmative could structure in the past, right? That would be the structure in the past using could, okay? Using could. Could you give me more information? Okay. Este could del que estamos hablando, right, es for ability. También vamos a tener could como modal verb en el que nos van a estar dando possibility, right, que sí pudiera ser aplicado al presente, right? Pero el que estamos hablando ahorita es simplemente el que describe habilidad, the one that describes ability, okay? Okay, let me check your questions. Let's see. I could travel to South Korea. I couldn't eat, I could listen to music later, okay, Okay, exactly. I couldn't make it on time. All right. I could eat at 1 p.m. in Saturday. I can't eat, okay. I could speak English very well for these reasons. Okay. I could study house design. All right. Clave y sección son la misma. Same thing. I could play soccer when I was 17. I could learn English the last year. I could swim. I could eat when I have hunger. Okay. He could sing this song. I could drive the car. Could I get to your house? I could eat all when I was young. Okay. Could I? Okay, I could jump. Okay, you could call her tomorrow. I could travel when I was young. I could eat tacos when I was travel to Mexico. When I was traveling, maybe, right? Or you could change it for when I went to Mexico. That could be, right? Okay, I could draw when I was 7. I could play the drums. I could speak English when I was 7. I could play drums 15 years ago. I couldn't eat when I was in the jungle. I could play soccer in the morning with my friends. I could sing when I was practicing. I could, okay. All right. Ok. Tengo algunos comentarios de que no están comprendiendo mucho. No sé si es por que sea el inglés en sí, right? Si este es el curso 2, debieron haber tomado el curso 1 antes, right? Si no lo tuvieron, tenían que ya conocer bastante, right? De inglés, por lo menos de presente en este curso. El curso 1 se transmite a las 11:30 por este mismo canal. Okay? All right. So, yeah, that was I could, right? So let's check some examples. I could run when I was happy. I could play the piano when I was 11. I could rest when I was sick. I could perform surgery when he was a good doctor. She could cook more when she was married. It could wear a sweater when it was cold. We could joke when we were friends. They could listen to students when they were teachers. You could reach less things when you were shorter, right? Okay, very good. Esta es una estructura, right? No significa que could solo se puede usar así. Right? Esa es una estructura de varias que pueden existir. Pero el punto es que entendamos, right, que este se está refiriendo a habilidad. Could va a poder referirse a otros contextos, right? Like possibility. But those would be modal verbs, right? Eso es tema de otro curso, right? Igual siempre pueden investigar, es importante que lo hagan, ok, pero en este estamos viendo únicamente habilidad in the past, right? Ability in the past. Okay, let's see. I could have a job in a call center when I was 22 years old. I could speak English when I was 20. I could paint when I was 7. I could play the piano when I was 11. I could travel to a city when I was younger. I could run very fast. I could switch off the TV. You could sing when you were studying. Okay. Very good. Exactly. So that's in the past, right? When you were studying, or the time, or the place. Right? He could drink tea. He could drink tea when he was 7 or yesterday. He could drink tea yesterday, right? I could drive an airplane. Okay, drive, no ed. I could play the piano when I was at home. I could run in the park. They could play basketball when I was in the pool. Okay, I could play basketball when I was 14. I could watch the class 40 minutes ago. When I was a swimmer, I was happy. Okay, that's correct, but totally different, right? But yeah, it's correct. I could buy a really nice pair of jeans. All right. I could buy a car. I could get married. I could speak English when I was in the United States. Okay. All right. Well, remember, it's not only that it is correct, right? But that it is into what we're saying. What we're saying right now is ability, not possibility, right? So that's what we need to have in mind. O sea, sí está correcto, right? Solo que yo tengo que entender en qué contexto lo estoy usando. That's it, right? Pero para no confundirme. Okay, they could read faster. She could drive all night. I could sing when I was 8. I could travel to Israel when I was a child. El tema para attendance is past, verb to be in past, and good for ability. I could dance better when I was 15 years old. Okay, very good. She could dance with me. I could eat nachos with avocado when I was at the park. Okay. I could read when I was 4. I could study very hard. I could see TV when she was leaving. Okay. Well, yeah, it could be. I could see TV when she left. It would be a little bit better. I could house design when I was a student. I could eat when I was driving my car. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Excellent. I could go to Korea when I was money. What do you mean you were money? No. When I had money. That could be, right? Ajá. Ahí no podemos combinar con otros verbos, right? Pero no hemos llegado a esa parte, but it's okay. Right? I could sleep more when I wasn't at university. Okay. Yeah. That's a reality for everyone. Okay. Very good. Okay. All right. Exactly. So that's basically what we have. I could buy jeans when I was in the mall. I could listen to music when I was at a party. I could bake when I was 17. Very good. Exactly. Right. So those are affirmative. And then for the negative, we have couldn't. Right. So it's the same. The only thing that is going to change is that you're going to say could not, right? Or couldn't. It's going to be just the same. Ok. Para quienes están teniendo como preguntas del complement. Ok. Esta es una construcción de la que estamos aprendiendo hoy. Was, were, right? And then a time, right? A time description, let's say. Pero también lo puedo combinar con otro verbo, right? So for example, I couldn't play the piano when, right? When I didn't have a hand, for example. Right? But that would be a little bit more complicated, right? And it would need other tenses that we haven't reviewed. That's why we're only combining it with was and were. Okay? So was and were plus the time frame. Okay? Si ya saben otras construcciones, las pueden aplicar. It's perfect. Si no saben otras, no las busquen. Espérense a que las aprendamos, right? Oh, sí, búsquenlas, pero después. Ahorita, concéntrense en entender esta, que es was, were, and then the time, right? Was 17, was young, right? Was 11. Okay? All right, very good. So let's check the examples. I couldn't run when I was tired. I couldn't play the piano when I was 11. I couldn't rest when I was sick. He couldn't perform surgery when he was not graduated. She couldn't cook more when she was married. He couldn't wear a sweater when it was cold. We couldn't joke when we were friends. They couldn't listen to students when they were teachers. You couldn't reach high things when you were shorter, right? Okay, so I think some of you sent examples already, but if you haven't, please send them now, okay? Send them now. All right. So send an example with couldn't. Send an example with couldn't. Okay. All right. Let's see. I couldn't eat more when I was at the hospital. Very good. I couldn't learn English when I was a child. Great job. Right. Remember, couldn't has the apostrophe after the N. She couldn't phone you when she was working. You are good. Keep going. Okay. He couldn't study when he was a child. He couldn't call you when he was at church. Yes. Sección y clave, they are the same. Yes. After could, always a verb. I could buy a BTS album when I was money. No, I had money. That could be. Right when I was money. I couldn't sing when I was 15. I could not travel in 2020. I couldn't eat when I was sad. I couldn't play soccer when I was 9. Carlos couldn't speak English when he was 10. Very good. I couldn't run when I was a ball. What do you mean? No. Think about your description, right? I could not cook when I was 5. She couldn't play the guitar when she was sick. I couldn't understand English when I wasn't English. No, remember, wasn't is the description, right? A characteristic, that's what it's going to have, right? So English is not your characteristic. So you could say, I didn't know English, maybe, right? I couldn't sleep last night. The last night we don't say, last night. I couldn't drive when I was 15. I couldn't swim. Oh, I could swim when I was motivated, okay? She couldn't sing when she wasn't vocally ready. Okay, my mother couldn't send the letter when she was in the office. Okay, couldn't send, not sent. I could not sleep when I was hungry. I couldn't play the guitar when I was 14. I couldn't eat pizza. She couldn't count when she was a child. She couldn't sing when she was sick. I couldn't swim in the pool when I was little. She couldn't drive the car when she was not nervous. I couldn't speak when I was in the library. We couldn't travel out of the country when I was 10. I couldn't talk with many people when I was a child. I couldn't teach when I was at home. He couldn't play baseball when he was 8. I couldn't learn English when I was 15. I couldn't speak English when I was 10. Rosie couldn't read all the comments when she was in the YouTube live. True, you're 3,000. No way, right? But yeah, we're trying. Excellent. I couldn't stay when I was afraid. I couldn't eat today before class. Okay. I couldn't sing when I was sick. I could swim. I couldn't sleep when I was stressed. I couldn't play soccer when I was 6. They could dance when they were in high school. Okay, very good. Exactly. So that's could in negative, right? Could in negative. And then we have, right, the question, which is going to be the same, right? So could, right? Could you, and then the complement, right? Could she, could we? Oh, there is a mistake here. Sorry, right? So could you run when you were tired? Yes, you could, or no, you couldn't, right? Sorry about that. So it will be could or couldn't. Okay. All right, let me just finish fixing here. Okay, couldn't, right? Could or couldn't. There we are. Okay, all right. So could you run when you were tired? Could you play the piano when you were 11? Could he perform surgery when he wasn't graduated? Could she cook more when she was married? Could it wear a sweater when it was cold? Could we joke when we were friends? Could they listen to students when they were teachers? Could they reach things, height things when they were shorter? Yes, they could, or no, they couldn't, right? Or no, they couldn't. I don't know what happened here in my presentation, guys. Couldn't or could not. That would be, right? Could not. Okay, so no, they couldn't, or no, they could not. Right? Okay, there we are. Now it's fixed. Sorry about the inconvenience. Okay, all right, so could they? Yes, they could, or no, they couldn't. Could she? Yes, she could, or no, she couldn't. Okay, all right, so those are the questions. Those are the questions that you may ask, right? Could you cook when you were 15? Yes, you could, or no, you couldn't, right? Could I have a TXT album when I work? Yes, you could, or no, you couldn't, right? I couldn't leave when I was sick. Uh-huh. Yes. I couldn't, or she couldn't, or they couldn't. Could she teach English when she was sick? Mm-hmm. Very good. Exactly. Uh-huh. The subject, past. Yes. Past tense, verb be in the past, or could for ability. Or both. It doesn't really matter. He couldn't drive when he was nervous. He could eat more when she was single. Okay, let's try to ask a question. Okay? Try to write a question. Could you bring me that when you come? Okay. Just remember, right? This wouldn't be asking for ability, but actually for possibility, which is a little bit different. Right? Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Could you go to the school? Okay. Could you walk with an injured leg? Okay. All right. Those are correct. They are correct questions, but they are not referring to the past. Right? Not necessarily. They are referring not to ability but to possibility. So we need to pay attention to that. Okay? All right. So could you please send the question? Send the question in past. Could we eat out when we were get back? No. When we were together, that could be, right? Because it's in the past, right? It's not a future possibility. Could you understand the lesson when it was explained? Uh-huh. Could you swim well? Remember, if you're describing a verb, you would need an adverb, not an adjective, right? So could you swim well when you were a child? No, I could not. Could you sing when you were tired and sick? Exactly. Could you play when you were tired? Yes, I could. No, I couldn't. Could I act like I don't know English? No, I couldn't. Okay, that's possibility again. Could you write when you were tired? Could she speak Italian when she was in Italy last year? Exactly. Could you swim in that lake? Could she cook? Could she cook weekend when she was at home? Okay. I would say better the name of the dish. Right. Okay. Could workplace of no, no, no. Right. Could is one thing, verb to be is another thing. Right. We don't combine them, no. Unless we are combining them in different sentences, right? Could you do this when you were, right? But could were, no, that doesn't exist, right? Could you learn English? Could you listen to music when you do homework? Could you show me the test when you study with me? Could she dance when she was a child? Could you answer the phone when you were a child? Could she eat all that food? Could you buy milk when you were in the market? Uh-huh. Could you focus when you're hearing noises? Could you eat when you were sad? Could you study today? Could you speak English? Could you swim when you were 10? Could she take the children with her to school? Couldn't I go to Korea when I was working? Okay, that would be more like a rhetorical question, but I guess it's correct. Could we sing tomorrow? That's possibility, right? Not past. Could you play soccer? Could you hang out with your friends before the pandemic? Uh-huh. Could you walk when you were 2? Could they eat cake when they were at the kitchen? The topic for today is the past of verb be and could for ability. Could she be back by noon? All right. Could you do homework? Not did, right? Because after could, we need a base form verb. So could you do your homework when you weren't playing? Could you speak English when you were younger? No, I couldn't. Could you play soccer when you were sick? Could he play more when he was studying? Could my brother drive at night? Could you sleep when you were studying? Could she play football when she was pregnant? Not pregnancy, pregnant. Could she play soccer when living in Panama? Could we dance tomorrow when we were Could we dance tomorrow when we were at school? Think about that, right? Tomorrow is future, not past. Could you swim when you were 3? Could you swim in the ocean when you were alone? Could I have an pen album, I guess? When I have a job? Could they work when they were younger? Could I drive when I was a boy? Okay. All right. Very good. So basically, that's could for ability, right? Could for ability. What's the difference between could for possibility? That could for possibility won't necessarily be in the past, right? So could I play the piano? That's right now, right? Because I'm asking in a possibility manner, right? Not in the past, not in ability. So that's something that we need to be really careful, right? Could I use your phone? That's possibility. It's not in the past, it's in present, right? Could I go to your house tomorrow? Possibility, not ability, right? So it is correct. It is correct, but we just need to pay attention to the context in which we're using it. All right, just have that in mind. If you are using it for ability, it needs to be in the past. If you're using it for possibility, it needs to have, right, a different context, meaning tomorrow, future, meaning future, or present, right? Okay, so just for you to have that into consideration. Do you have any questions? Any questions regarding the topics? Questions regarding the topics? If you do, please send them in the form. Okay? Let's see. Yes. Could plus a verb in base form. Play, run, listen, swim, right? Not in the past, not in ing or gerund, no in infinitive, to run, to have, no. Base form. I could play. I could read. We could swim, right? Base form. Okay. Let's see. Can is possible only in the present, could only in the past, for ability. Yeah. No combination with the infinitive. Could you write when you're Okay, right. Could could is for all the pronouns. Could for I, for she, he, it, for all the pronouns. Yes. No. Okay. Could we go when we were free? Exactly. All right. Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, if you don't have any other questions, I hope that everything was clear. If you have other questions in the process, please make sure to ask the questions in classroom. Okay? Make sure to ask your questions in classroom so they can be addressed. Remember, it's important that you have in mind. Next week, we are going to have our midterm or partial exam. Okay? In the partial exam, we are going to be evaluating classes 1 and 2. Only that, right? Nothing that you had to study or do something additional, nothing. Just classes 1 and 2. Number 1 was a review, right? A review. And number 2, verb to be in past and could for ability, not for possibility. for ability. We're not going to connect, okay? Next class, because you have your partial exam, we're not going to connect. You're just going to do the partial exam in the class period time. Okay, that's important. You have to do your partial exam in the class period time, meaning 1 to 2:30. Okay, so the midterm or the partial is going to be opened at 1. I'm going to post it in Classroom, and then it's going to be closed at 2:30. All right, so you need to do your partial exam. No pressure. It's only 30 points of the score. But if you have attention, there shouldn't be any issue. All right. This week, I'm going to leave some exercises in Classroom. Okay, so you can practice a little bit more of the topics we have discussed. And if you have any questions, you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to ask the questions, because on Wednesday, I'm going to check them and record a video with the answers. All right, so we don't see, well, you don't see me next week. We see each other until the next one. All right. Okay, so if you have any questions regarding the partial exam, please ask it now. Ask your questions regarding the partial exam. Let's see. Yes, she could. No, she couldn't. Right. Okay, well, if it was difficult, continue practicing. Don't worry. Continue practicing. Okay. How much time we have? It's going to open at 1 and it's going to close at 2:30. So you actually have 1 hour and a half to answer the partial exam. Okay. The clave, the key is the same as the section. All right. Key is the same as the section. Okay. No, we don't have comments here because they were like too loaded and I was not able to read them. So that's why. Okay. The topic is verb be in past and could for ability. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. The exam is going to be in Classroom. It's going to be a Google form. All right. The Google form. Let's see. Yes. All the instructions for the partial exam will be in Classroom. The partial exam is in Google Forms. Google Forms. No connection means we are not going to have a YouTube Live, right? No, we're not going to have a YouTube Live next class. Okay. Google Forms. Google Forms. You answer the questions and you click submit. And that's it. Okay. No, we don't have to connect. No. It's in Google Forms. All right. No. Okay. All right. Todo el que haga el examen va a ser tomado en cuenta. Right. La cosa es que si no se conectaron a clases, pues obviamente que lo más seguro es que no van a poder responder el examen. Right. Pero sí, todos los que manden su respuesta van a ser tomados en cuenta. El examen es en Google Forms, ¿ok? Y tengo aquí algunos comentarios. No sé si sabían, pero cuando escriben en mayúscula es como que me estuvieran gritando, right? No escriben en mayúscula. Like everything in capital letters, right? O sea, sí puede ser para énfasis, pero si están respondiendo la pregunta en capital letters, I understand that you're yelling at me, right? O sea, estas clases porque fueron las primeras, todavía hice un poquito el esfuerzo de hablar en español, right? Pero en realidad este curso ya no es en español. It's in English because that's what we're learning. So please understand that part. All right. Okay. All right. So the exam is in Google Classroom, please. And no, Google Classroom, Google Forms, multiple choice. That's it. It's going to be really simple. Really simple. The exam is going to be posted at 1 p.m. and it's going to close at 2:30. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. The exam is going to be really simple. Don't stress about the exam. Just a Google form with some questions regarding the topic. That's it. All right. Ok. Referente a la asistencia, no importa, ¿ok? Solo por tener un registro que se conectaron, se equivocaron en el tema, no se estresen. It's okay, right? The thing is that we have the record that you were connected. That's good. Okay, all right. Okay, guys, so we are going to stop the class here. Thank you so much for connecting today. I hope that you're learning and enjoying the class. And now is your turn. Continue practicing. Watch videos, listen to music, apply your language to real life. Ay, pero es que no tengo nadie con quien hablar. Doesn't matter. Do it by yourself. To the mirror. Speak to yourself. If you want to practice, you're going to find the way, right? It's more about wanting than being able, right? You are going to make the possibilities for yourself. So if you have any other questions, make sure to send them in Classroom between Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday so that I can record the video with the answers on Wednesday. I wish you the best. Thank you so much for connecting today, and we're going to see each other really soon. Please make sure to complete the partial exam next week in Classroom. All right? Okay. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.